face-to-face teaching, and then obviously welcome all our students on campus in the summer 2021. A bit of background, so we've reopened campus back in September last year after the national lockdown, and we kept it open until December. We have a number of students on campus and everyone was safe. So we made sure that the campus was COVID secure. So all the students and our teachers were saved. And I'm really proud to say that we haven't had a COVID case on campus whilst it's been open. But yeah, today's session is all about summer courses, and the agenda for today. So I am going to talk about the English Language Center at Regent. So I'm going to give you a bit more information about us and who we are and what we do. I will also talk about the accommodation which we have on campus. I will also provide more details about the summer courses in 2021, together with the trips and activities, and also the application process. So the English Language Center is one of the departments of Regent's University. Regent's University is a private university. We have a number of degree programs for postgraduate and undergraduate students, as well as the English language courses. So the English Language Center is a kind of a language school based on campus. We are accredited by British Council and we are also a member of English UK. And we have courses running all year round, not only in the summer. But summer is a very popular period for students to come to London, especially central London, and we are located in central London, literally minutes away from Madame Tussauds or Oxford Circus. Yet we are in a very beautiful park, very tranquil location, ideal for students, ideal for students who want to study, focus on their studies, and don't necessarily hear all the noises of London. So amazing location, very secure location as well. So there are only 2 entrances, and just people with the student card of a car identity card are able to enter the premises. In the summer, the campus looks stunning. There are lots of seats or chairs outside for students to sit on and spend either their break, their lunch, or just hang out after classes. The great option or great thing about Regents is the fact that degree program students are also on campus. So the English language students and the degree program students mingle, they meet outside of the classes on the lawns, for example, and are able to speak English or talk in English. So that's an added sort of value for English language students who want to improve their speaking and who want to build their confidence when coming to London. So as you can see, great, very sunny, very green as well. Lovely place to study. What comes with Regents or thing that students very often mention in their feedback is the fact that we have a great nationality. There's a great nationality mix. So overall, on campus, we have around 140 various nationalities, whereas at the English Language Center there are between 35 to 45 nationalities, so students literally from around the world. And here the pie chart represents one of the terms in 2019. So you can see the nationality mix is great, and we normally don't have more than 20% of students from one country. So here again, one of the terms in 2019, you can see that the mix is great. By the way, I assume that you can see my presentation, the pie charts, because I haven't asked that before. Can you see the presentation? Can you see the pie chart? Yes, perfect. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Thank you so much for confirming that. Thank you. So yeah, this is the nationality mix. Another great thing about Regents is our campus and its facilities. Great. So I assume that you can see lovely pictures. The one on the top right-hand corner is our library, a quiet area for students to study, to read a book. The library is spread over 2 floors. There is also IT center kind of with lots of computers. We have around 200 computers available for students. So the library, one of the facilities. We also have cinema on campus. So in the past sort of summers, we organize cinema nights when we sort of projected a video and students were able to watch the movie. So this is the one with the green seats. And then with the blue seats is our lecture theatre where we organize various lectures. Just before lockdown, we had the managing director of Harrods. He came and he gave lecture to our students. Again, these are the lectures for the English language students as well as the degree program students. So again, another option for students, another opportunity for students to meet other degree program students and make, you know, lasting friendships. Currently, because we are doing the classes are run online, we do various workshops and lectures virtually. But once we come back on campus, we hope to resume with our workshops and lectures. Students have also access to student services. This is area of campus that provides various services to students whenever they have maybe a question about their accommodation. Maybe they would like to book medical appointment, so appointment with doctor, or if they have any other concerns or questions, they're always more than welcome to go to Students Hub. Student Services will provide detailed support or detailed information and lots of support so that students feel heard and you know their problem is solved. I've also mentioned the accommodation. So we have Reed Hall accommodation. This is our own campus accommodation. So ideal for students who don't necessarily want to travel around London. They want to stay in one place, a very secure place. Then Reed Hall is great. We have around 250 places on our accommodation with single, double and triple rooms. Those rooms have linen in them, so students don't necessarily have to, you know, take the linen with them. And there are also shared bathrooms. And I have to say that bathrooms are really tidy. I have seen or I have visited those bathrooms with prospective students and also agents, and they are cleaned daily. So I've never seen a queue to the bathroom or the shower, and they are always very clean. Other thing about Reed Hall accommodation is the communal area where students can hang out, they can meet fellow students, again for degree program students. I know that Reed Hall also organizes various events for students like quiz nights. So the students after classes, when they sort of tired in the evening, they can, you know, be with fellow students, and they can practice speaking English with other students. What comes with accommodation is also the meal credit. So whoever stays on campus receives £90 meal credit, and students can spend that credit in the refectory. So these are the two pictures on the left, or the brasserie, two pictures on the right. So refectory is our main canteen, let's say. I mentioned that we have 140 various nationalities on campus, so obviously the dishes that are served in the refectory, they reflect that. So we have lots of a variety of various dishes from literally around the world. And if there are students with dietary requirements, we can also cater to those. So I normally go there to have lunch. Whereas if I fancy something sweet, like a cake or a dessert, basically, I normally go to a brasserie. So these are the two pictures on the right. Lovely cakes and pastries with tea, coffee, and other small sort of snacks. Very lovely area. Very often students stay there to have coffee after classes. or during their break. Very spacious, and again, very frequently students tend to meet fellow degree program students or other course participants, and they can improve their speaking skills when obviously talking to other people. In terms of our classes, so our maximum number of students is 15, and on average, so the minimum age is 16. So maximum students in the class is 15, whereas the minimum age for students is 16. In the summer, we tend to have students between 16 to 22 years old, sometimes older students as well, but normally summer tends to sort of bring students who are a little bit younger. And a great thing about our classes is the fact there's lots of peer interaction and conversation throughout the class. Teachers who are highly experienced and qualified, they focus a lot on speaking and also listening, but obviously students also improve their reading and writing skills. There are various activities related to pronunciation, vocabulary building, and also grammar. Apart from the classes of the classes of courses that students booked, we organize various extracurricular activities for students. So these are optional, but it's good to know that we organize English Conversation Club, and this is an hour of speaking practice for students. So every Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday, after classes, students can participate in an hour of a speaking session. And this session is available for all the students, so whoever feels like coming, they just come in, and there is a teacher and a great class to focus on speaking, on building confidence. Apart from that, our students are also able to book a session with their teacher or a teacher. They are called language doctors. So these are 15-minute sessions that students can book once a week. And those sessions are for students to focus on answer their questions, if they have any, or focus on the areas of English they are finding difficult. So these are again optional, and students have to reach out, they have to book the class and then organize it with the teacher. Apart from that, every Friday afternoon, we organize trips and activities for students. So we take students around London. These trips are available for the English language students as well as the degree program students. During the summer, we tend to have a lot of students from America. They're doing the short courses, and very often they participate in those trips. So we take students around to various museums, art galleries, or a bit more quirky places like flea markets. A very popular Friday activity. And as I mentioned earlier, students who are joining Regents, they have full access to our facilities, being it the lectures or workshops that I've already mentioned. Let's talk about the summer courses. So apart from our regular offer of general English courses as well as intensive courses, in the summer we provide summer courses such as English Summer Plus and Intensive IELTS. So when it comes to the Summer English Plus, it's a course that gives students lots of flexibility. It allows students to boost their confidence and improve their fluency, but it also provides a very engaging and personal classes. I mentioned flexibility. So this course consists of general English courses or lessons in the morning. So from Monday to Friday, students study general English in the morning, whereas in the afternoon, students can choose various options. So the options are business English workshop, employability skills workshop, IELTS workshop, and also sightseeing in London. What it means that they can choose. So basically, if there is a student who wants to join the Summer English Plus program for 2 weeks, so for, let's say, for 2 weeks, student can choose only one option, as the length of the course is 2 weeks. However, if there is a student who would like to study for 4 weeks, they can swap, or they can choose. So they can study, let's say they can take the business English workshop for the 2 weeks, and the other 2 weeks they can do, for example, sightseeing in London. What are those workshops exactly? So the Business English workshop is ideal for students who maybe already have work and they would like to improve their business English skills, like writing or negotiations or presentation skills. Employability skills workshops is for students who would like to start a career. So within those workshops, students will learn a lot about the interview questions, how to prepare for the interview, how to write a cover letter, how to write a CV. So all these skills necessary to find work. The IELTS workshops are dedicated to IELTS, so all the strategies and methodology how to pass IELTS. This particular option is suitable for students who are thinking of taking IELTS in the future, as the workshop will give them more insight in terms of what IELTS is all about and what skills there are required. When it comes to sightseeing in London, these are fun sort of activities. They are organized twice a week. So twice a week, students will be taken and shown all what London has to offer. So they will be going to various museums, art galleries. They will be taken on various tours. Again, potentially flea markets. So yeah, in terms of the flexibility, as I mentioned, it's a great course for flexibility, for students to swap between those different workshops and activities. In terms of the start dates of the Summer English Plus, so we have around 5 various start dates, and they vary from 2 weeks to 10 weeks. So again, let's say that there is a student who would like to book 10 weeks. They can swap various options of the workshops. In terms of the prices, the Summer English Plus is around 350. So this is per person per week. And it includes the course. There is option also with accommodation, then it's 690. So that includes the course, accommodation, and meals, as the meals are included in the accommodation. So it's a kind of a full package, basically. So minimum duration of this course, or actually any other course at Regent, is 2 weeks. Minimum age is 16 and minimum level is A2, so pre-intermediate. If you are or you have a student who is not sure about their English level, we are more than welcome to test it prior to their arrival, but all our students' levels are tested on their arrival. So on the first day of arrival, students are taken through induction. So it's a day when students not only familiarize themselves with the campus and the premises, but they also their level test. They also have a level test and then find out which group they're at. So the morning classes, general English classes, are sort of designed according to students' levels, whereas the afternoon workshops might be of mixed ability. And in terms of the intensive IELTS, so intensive IELTS is a course for students who are serious about IELTS and they want to pass IELTS after the course or shortly after the course. So during the intensive IELTS course, students learn all the techniques and strategies, how to prepare for the exam, how to successfully pass the exam and achieve the band that they need. So there are lots of activities related to writing, listening, speaking, and reading, and obviously vocabulary and grammar that are necessary to pass IELTS. Lessons are very engaging and stimulating. We always use most up-to-date materials. And our teachers are always making sure that lessons are communicative with lots of interaction, pair work and group work. So it's not only about the exam, but also about the interaction with other students, learning from one another. And in terms of the course itself, it's an intensive course. So the students will study 21 hours of lessons in a week. And normally the schedule is that from Monday to Friday, students have morning classes, they have a break, and then they have afternoon class from Monday to Thursday, and then on Friday there is the excursion that we suggest for students to join. The excursion, the trips are optional, they're not compulsory, so students can, for example, choose to study or they can choose to participate in a trip. In terms of the start date, so here are the start dates. So there is option of 8 and 4 weeks. And these are the prices. These are the prices for particular course per student. Worth noting here is that students throughout the duration, students are continually the students are being provided with feedback from their teachers, whether they are going in the right direction, and there are one-to-one tutorials with yes, there are one-to-one tutorials with teachers and mock exam. So mock exam is a sample, let's say. It's a sample test or IELTS test, and normally students are really anticipating and they're kind of excited before the mock exam, because the result of that mock exam will basically tell them where they at in terms of their learning or the process, or their sort of where they at in terms of achieving their IELTS band. This particular course is for students who are at least at a B1 plus level, so intermediate plus. But again, if you're not sure, or if there's a student who is not sure about the level, we are more than welcome to check the level prior to booking. We normally organize a session, a Skype session with Monica. Monica is the head of the English Language Center, and she usually assesses the students' level and advises on the best course for students. I think there is a question about how many hours per week. Yes, so the IELTS is 21, so IELTS intensive is 21 hours a week. The general English, I believe it's around 15, but I will have to check that. Let's go back to the summer English. So for example, summer English, we have 9:15 to 12:15. So these are 2 sessions in here. So there is 15 minutes break. So I believe it's 3 hours. So that would come to 15 hours of the morning. But there are also afternoon sessions. So the afternoon session we can see here. I'll be sharing the presentation with you in a second. So it actually depends on the option that students choose. So students will have 15 hours of general English classes in the morning. So this is part of the summer. And then depending on which session or which workshop or class they choose, they are the additional hours. So you can see that sightseeing in London is a little bit longer compared to other workshops. And the main reason is the fact that we had to include the travel time to and from the place that we will be visiting, the students will be visiting. So so generally speaking, the summer English class is 15 hours plus 3, or plus 3 hours, so it would be 18 hours, so between 18 to 20 hours depending on the workshop. 18 to 20 hours. But if we are thinking of the hours in general, if you're talking to your students, or if you are a student, always remember that there are this additional extracurricular activities that I mentioned. So there is a conversation club, which is additional hour of a lesson. That is optional, but you can ask your students to participate, or you can participate in those. Have I answered your question? So I mentioned the general English, I mean the summer English plus, so 15 hours plus more or less 3 to 5 hours depending on the workshop. I hope that's okay. Perfect, great. So trips and activities. So every year we have a schedule of trips and activities, which we normally organize by March. So March is the time when we will have a clear schedule of various activities. Having said that, those probably will be very similar to what we've organized in the past. So in the past, we took students around British Museum, Science Museum, British Gallery, Camden Town, so various markets around London, tours around London. So the itinerary is quite full, and it's obviously students are also encouraged to obviously go on their own and explore the sites. But what's great about the trips organized by Regents is the fact that there is always a Greg, for example, or a teacher that takes students, and there are extra activities very often that we organize with students. So throughout the year, we also take students on various trips. So recently, our teacher Maria took students to Tate Modern Gallery, and students had a worksheet that they have to complete, and it was all about the gallery and different sculptures and paintings that were sort of displayed in the art gallery. So the itinerary is really full, and always we have lots of students who want to go on trips with Greg and want to participate in those activities. And I'm sure that the summer 2021 is going to be equally busy. As I mentioned, the schedule is normally organized or sort of presented by March. So once I have a clear understanding of where we're going, I'll be sending those to you. But you can definitely count museums and art galleries and tours around London. We also organize trips outside of London. However, these are not part of the package of the course. These are additional trips. We can organize trips to Windsor Castle, Cambridge, Oxford, and they are normally between 60 to 90 pounds, depending on where we're going and what's included in the trip. In terms of the applications are relatively easy. So if you're an individual student, best way is to go on our website and find the apply button and just click and fill in the details. Once the details are inserted and sent, Helena works at our admissions. She will be the person contacting you or the student, and she will take you through the application, and she will also help with visa if that's required. At the moment, it's the standard visitor visa that is required from students to travel, and depending on where you're coming from, you will have to find out how to obtain that visa. But we provide you with the visa letter, which you will probably have to demonstrate when applying for visa or when arriving in the UK. In terms of, yeah, I think that's pretty much it about the application process. Are there any questions about the courses in the summer or the application process? Most probably, I think. So the question is, the Europeans need a visa due to Brexit. So depending on the country students are traveling from, they will be required to obtain visa, but I'm not sure when exactly is it by. I think it's June or July, but I have to double check that. That said, obtaining a visa for Europeans is going to be relatively easy from what I've heard. It's a matter of having a stamp in the passport, but if there is a student traveling, I'll always encourage you to check the .gov.uk website to find out whether the visa is required. So it all depends which country students are traveling from. I hope I help with answering, but yeah, I always suggest to check, because it's not the one answer doesn't fit necessarily all, but yes, Europeans will have to have visa post Brexit, or yeah, due to Brexit. Another question: if the summer plus business workshop, is it Monday and Tuesday or Monday and Wednesday? We don't have the clear date of the workshop, of workshops, but we will always try our best to fit the workshop so that students can access all the activities that we organize. So let's say if there is the English Conversation Club on Tuesday, we will probably do the course, for example, a business workshop on Monday and Wednesday, so that students can participate in the Tuesday English Conversation Club. So those, the exact days haven't been confirmed yet. We'll confirm those closer to the date, and obviously to the number of students that are applying. Yes, I remember. I wanted to mention something about applying applications. So obviously the application process that I mentioned is mainly for students who would like to apply individually. If, however, there is a group or a group booking, then those group bookings would normally come to me, and then I will process the group booking, as the group booking is a little bit different than the individual students. And can I receive this via, sorry, a question. Can I receive the PowerPoint via email so that I can use it when I have information session with CUK students? Yes, you're more than welcome. I can also prepare a separate presentation for you so you can use with your students. You're more than welcome to send the presentation to your students, yes. However, if you require more information, I'm also more than happy to include that. No problem. So yeah, I really like Regent's University and the English Language Center really hope that by sort of March, April, the situation will be a little bit more under control so that we can open campus and start welcoming students as we did in September. The industry, the EFL industry, really counts on the summer and hopes that by summer or in the summer we'll be able to sort of recover slightly after the 2020 fiasco, basically. But yeah, we are super excited to welcome students, and we really hope that summer is going to be busy. Students love to have, students from around the world, so we put all our efforts into making sure that students are happy and we have students from literally around the world. Are there any questions? Are there any more questions? I hope I answered all of them. If I haven't, you do have my email, just so get in touch and I'll do my best to answer those. And yeah, I look forward to welcoming students, to working with you in 2021, and let's make this year better than last year. Thank you very much, everyone, and I hope I speak to you soon. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.